Hello and welcome back to Lab Insider. My name is Maximillian and I'm joined here by another Maximilian. We have here our special bonus questions relating to the field of bioinformatics and innovations in the lab. Maximillian Wiens, welcome back.
Thanks.
Let's go right into our sort of generic bonus questions. Max, where do you see these innovations in lab work progressing? Where do you see them going?
Yeah, I think the lab work will be more digitized, that you have more digital transformation there in regards also of data, and that will have more bioinformatics aspect in the labs, that the lab people also will dive more in the data science rather than only lab work.
Do you have any vision for how this might look in 5 years' time?
Maybe that you have more automation in the lab. That means not only from the robotic perspective, where you maybe need only to write a code and the robot does the rest. We already have this partially, but also in terms of data, that you have automated analysis on your data which you create. So you are just a content creator and the rest is performed then automatically. It's summarized somewhere, distributed, processed. I think that will be a good part if you will achieve this in 5 years.
Do you think that when it comes to, obviously, I mean, we're faced by challenges from a shortage of students, but also the pandemic. Do you think that labs are actually prepared for the pandemic environment? Have we learnt anything?
I think we have learned a lot and we're still learning. And from the preparation point of view, I think we are prepared well, but not perfect, because no one was looking ahead and say, okay, we will get a pandemic, so let's prepare for this. But I think the labs give the best to manage this, to jump very fast on this digital track and say, okay, we do everything remote, what is possible to make remote. And I think the data integration is also one of the big aspects which is learned here, that we need more faster data integration in the end, that if we have another pandemic or another circumstances where we need to work remotely or centralized.
What would be the most important thing that needs to change? Is it just data integration, or are there other aspects?
I think the data integration is one of this important part which you need, but also how we collaborate with each other is also very important. That we are open-minded for this remote work, so that we give a try for a new additional working models from the remote. Let's say that we have some boards, some meetings, and so on. How we organize this, that the one is open for it, especially in the lab, where you usually work on-prem.
Max, would you have any advice that you would like to recommend to lab managers?
I think we train their people, actually. So to establish this curious culture, and also maybe also, let's say, fail culture. Very good fail culture, because I think
failure
this will
culture.
Failure culture for sure. Because this will happen more and more when you work remotely. You need something will fail, something will not go well, especially in the pandemic when it's a bit chaotic, right? That you organize this and manage this pretty well.
Dealing with the problems and sort of learning from them on one's own and gaining that experience. Aside from this, though, is there a trend or some sort of progressive attitude that we should be aware of? Is there something that we can look out for?
I think besides this data integrational part, which is already, let's say, in everyone's mind, right? I think the collaboration between different labs, between different even companies, to share the data on an anonymized way or on whatever way, right? And to put all the strengths together. And I think this will be very important when we will have, for example, another pandemic. Somewhere, I don't know, but it can be, right? That we will put all the power together, and this on the fast manner, to create, for example, a vaccine.
Are there any recommended readings or publications that you could recommend to industry followers or lab managers?
Yeah, actually, I currently reading some, and these are on this data format, let's say, right? How to put the data together, how to organize this, how to process this data, and I think the data science books, I think that would be a good thing to read also for lab guys in the future, because data science, I think it will be one of the core jobs in the future for the lab.
Are there any publications relating to bioinformatics or science initiatives in Germany that you could also recommend, or something that you're following?
I can strongly recommend the publications from Elixir, what is currently going, which is trying to let's say, consolidate different knowledges from different scientific areas into one place. And they have pretty good publications also on the data exchange and all this lab digitalization at the end.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, Max.
Thanks a lot.
That was Maximillian Wiens from Synefex in Germany, answering our generic but equally important questions here at Lab Insider. Thank you very much.